Ocean Runner here. I'm getting ready to run 4 races in Disney in just a few days, and as you can imagine, one of the inspirations for one of my costumes will certainly be the Little Mermaid, as you can see by my leggings. But it made me wonder, are mermaids real? Are they a myth? So I've enlisted one of our volunteers, Wendy, to see if she can give me the answers to that. Come join me. Hey Wendy, I know that you have an interest in mermaids, and so I was wondering if you had any information. Are they any scientific proof or historical proof that they actually exist?
That they actually exist?
Yeah.
However, when you look into the research of mermaids, you do find a lot of amazing folklore. Sure. And one famous, it's not a folklore, it's a very famous book. It's by the Greek poet Homer.
Oh yes.
Yes, everyone read it in high school. And it's called the Odyssey. In there we find the story of the Greek hero king Odysseus, and he's trying to go to his kingdom of Ithaca, and he has to go through this great voyage. But on his journey, he has to pass through the island of the Sirens. Yeah. And what he tells his crew is to put earwax in their ears so that they can keep rowing. Tie him to the mast so he can actually hear their song, because their song lures sailors to their death because the island is very rocky.
Oh, is that thought to be the first mermaid?
Well, see, that was mistranslated.
Okay.
Sirens in Greek mythology are bird at the top, woman on the bottom.
Oh.
Yeah. When it got translated to Latin, serena, is the word for mermaid.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, so there was a mistranslation there, and so now when we think of the story, we always think mermaids.
Sure.
Instead of sirens.
Sure.
Yeah, so that's one interesting one. However, there is an island off the coast of Italy called the Island of the Sirens. And it's a cluster of islands with the mainland, and it creates this amphitheater effect. Now, local to the area are monk seals, yes.
Okay, yeah.
And if you can hear them moan out to sea. So it could be that it might have been the first case of hearing mermaids that far out to sea.
Sure.
Because, you know, when you're out in the sea for 6 months or a year, anything goes.
You start hearing
things.
things. You never know, right?
Exactly. So that could be one of the first cases.
Oh, interesting. Now, what about Christopher Columbus? Because I do remember a vague story about him as well.
Yes, well, just like monk seal might have been misinterpreted as mermaids, especially because of the effect.
Sure.
So were actually manatees.
Oh, interesting.
So on his voyage to Haiti, I believe it was January 8th, 1493, Christopher Columbus writes in his diary that his crew were 3 mermaids coming up to the ship. You know, just swimming along it.
Sure.
And they had very masculine traits. Apparently he wasn't too impressed. So it turns out actually what he might have seen were manatees heading to Florida.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. So what we've come down to is that there is probably no scientific or historical proof that they exist. However, people are clearly into them. As you can see in the store at the Seacoast Science Center, we have a ton of mermaids. My nieces are big into mermaids. Actually, that's what they got for Christmas this year, is a bunch of mermaid stuff because they love them. So, and you know, with the story of the Little Mermaid, which, what was that, Hans Christian Andersen?
Yes.
That, you know, clearly the myth is alive and well. And hence the reason why I have my lovely mermaid pants on, which I will hopefully be running in when I do the Dopey Challenge in about 7 days. I'll be running 48.6 miles to support ocean health. So please check out the Ocean Runner NH Facebook page and the Instagram page, as well as the Seacoast Science page, and we will have all kinds of fun mermaid type things going on there. So thanks so much, Wendy. Gotta run!